Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Friday, August the 18th, just a couple of days before the big event. In fact, the biggest event to take place in central Missouri in hundreds of years, or for the next how many hundreds of years?
You know, it's been about 500 years since the last one for this bit of Missouri, and it's going to be another 300 or 400 till the next one. So yeah,
Do you know what we're talking about yet? We're talking about the solar eclipse. And this is something that we have been counting down to for
years.
Really. I think most people realize now that this is happening. I did run into a couple of people the other day that weren't sure when it was or what time it was going to be, and I was kind of surprised because I thought everybody knew. But it's coming on Monday, August the 21st at
1:12 p.m. is when it goes dark in Columbia. So the exact timing depends on your location. So for the middle of Columbia, 1:12 is when it goes dark. If you're a little further west, it's going to be a few minutes earlier. And if it's a little further east, you'll be a few minutes later.
What if you're a little further north?
It's about the same.
Oh, for the north is going to be about the same.
Yeah, so because it's coming from the west towards the east, it's not going to make much difference if you're directly north of Columbia. It'll be about the same time that the shadow comes across.
But if you're north, you're going to have a little bit less of the totality.
That's right. You'll be in darkness for less time.
Yeah. Now, at the center, which is really out by the Columbia Regional Airport,
that's right,
which now has 2 airlines flying in. We'll give them a plug right now. That's going to be the longest.
Right. So the longest duration is always in the center of the path that the shadow moves along. So anywhere along that path, which basically goes through Columbia Regional, but it also goes through Boonville and Marshall, and then going the other way, it's going through New Bloomfield. Mm-hmm. So if you're there, you get longer. But compared to, say, Columbia, if you're on campus in Columbia, on the MU campus, you're going to get 2 minutes, 35 seconds. And if you take the, 10 miles down the road to get to the airport, it's going to be another 5 seconds.
Okay.
So it's not worth the trip down there for 5 seconds.
I'm about 30 miles north, so I'm going to have about 10 seconds less.
It goes down fast as you get to the edge, but you'll still get a good 2 minutes probably.
All right. Now, the safety of the eclipse. Let's touch on that. Because I think there's some confusion about whether you can look at the sun while it's going into the eclipse. Can you look at the sun when it's in the total eclipse without the glasses? When do you need the glasses?
Okay, so the golden rule is anytime you can see any part of the sun, you need to put on eclipse glasses or solar viewing glasses. It is not safe to look at the sun. And most people know this. They know that they shouldn't look at the sun, right? And you can wear the eclipse glasses on any day, and it's safe to go and look at the sun. The only difference on eclipse day is, normal days, you don't try to stare at the sun because there's nothing interesting to see. And on eclipse day, you want to stare at the sun. So you need the glasses on the entire time you're looking at the sun. But when it gets to total eclipse, now the sun's completely gone. It is completely hidden.
But you see
right, but the corona is not that bright. The corona is only as bright as the full moon. So in the totality, when it is actually dark, it is safe to look at it without anything at all.
Okay, when it's in the totality and you've got those glasses on, will you be able to see the corona? You won't see the corona.
You will see nothing. So the last thing that you see as the moon is moving into place, so you'll start out and you probably won't watch it continuously, but you'll keep putting them on and looking up, and you'll see, the moon getting in the way and the sun getting smaller and smaller until you have a really skinny crescent. And actually the last bit of the sun you see is where there's a valley that's still letting light through. So the rest of the sun is blocked out, but there's a deep valley that's just letting light through. That's the last thing you see, and you see that through the glasses. And when that disappears, then you can take the glasses off.
And then when you take the glasses off, what are you going to see?
Then you're going to see what looks like a hole in the sky, and that's where the moon is, and it's blocking out the sun. And around that hole in the sky are all these streamers
it gives me the goosebumps.
And that's the corona, and it's a really hot gas. It's about 2 million Fahrenheit, but it's not very bright. It's only about as bright as the full moon. So that's going to be
you can look at
streaming
that.
around. You can look at that just the same way you can look at a full moon.
Okay. Then that should be about 2 minutes.
So depending on exactly where you are, it'll be between a few seconds, if you're right at the edges of the path, up to about 2.5 minutes in the center.
Okay. Then when you see the light coming out again, then you need to put your glasses
Right.
on?
So what
can you leave them off for just a little bit and watch it?
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't.
No. So you can think about it like this. You know, if you're driving and you accidentally get the sun in your face, you'll try to turn away, and you can't really do that if you're driving because you're trying to kind of avert your eyes. You don't do permanent damage, right? So you can look away quickly and it'll be fine. But if you spend more than a second looking at the sun, you can do permanent damage. So we wouldn't recommend that anybody keeps looking at it. But what's going to happen is, because the sun is so bright, the sun is 1,000,000 times brighter than the corona. So even when a tiny bit of it's showing, it gets bright really fast. And so you'll see that, again, it'll be a valley. There'll be one bit of sunlight that comes through and it'll be really bright. So as you're looking, it'll be like, whoa, and you look away, put your glasses on, and then you can start watching again.
So when you put those glasses on and let's say it's going into the eclipse and it's almost a total eclipse, it's going to be totally black through the glasses except for the little bit of spot that you see.
Exactly. That's exactly right. And then when you can't see that at all, then it's safe to take them off.
You know, just you describing this to me is making me emotional. And as
Excellent.
I said, I was getting goosebumps, as they say in Hawaii, chicken skin. I just can't imagine what it's going to feel like that day watching it.
Well, so, I mean, if people want to have an idea of what that's like, there's a few ways to kind of draw yourself into that. If you think about what it's like the first time you see the Grand Canyon, or if you've been to the Tetons or something like that. Now I want you to imagine that there's the Grand Canyon and you're seeing it in the flesh, except that now the Tetons are in the middle and one of them is erupting lava, and that's all in the sky. That's how amazing this is going to be.
Okay.
People do literally burst into tears. There's a lot of cursing because people just can't hold it in.
A lot of cursing?
Yeah, because, for some people, that's just, the emotion is so strong, that's the way it comes out.
So you don't know what's going to really happen on Eclipse Day?
No.
At the eclipse?
No.
Okay.
This is why you need a delay for live TV, so that you can make sure you bleep out all the curses.
All right. If you want more information, what's that website again? We're out of time here.
You can go to missouri.edu/eclipse or eclipse.aas.org.
Okay. And we'll just hope and pray that we have a clear day, a clear, sunny, bright day on Monday, August the 21st. What a bust it would be if
It'll still go dark.
Yeah, it'll go dark, but oh my goodness. All right. Angela Speck, thank you. It's been a pleasure working with you on this. We're out of time for today. Bye-bye.